Hi, I'm here with Dan Croll, who's already rocked out and did his thing here at Tea in the Park, so he's able to relax now. And, I've been working hard all day, Dan. Do you think I deserve this pint that I'm pouring for myself?
Of course. What have you been up to?
Well, I've been interviewing bands, I've been back in the Artists Village, I've been out front, seeing what's what, and that's not a bad pint, is it?
You're doing good. Finishing touches.
Oh no, it's not the best pint. After all, not the best pint, but it'll get there. Dan, tell us about your Tea in the Park experience. What did you make of it?
It was good. We had a lovely drive up this morning, and then we just we rocked up. We saw the two bands before us on that stage. I can't remember the names, but they really enjoyed them. And then we just had a good gig to do what we usually do. We've had a lot of great Scottish gigs, and we know that there's always a really lively crowd, and they're always up for it. Even more so at a festival because the beer's flowing. But yeah.
Are you likely to be in sweet disarray by the end of this night?
Sweet disarray is going to be
terrible.
Yeah.
Now, for those who don't know, you, an amazing songwriter, award-winning songwriter. I want to get you across to all the people in Scotland who are going to be watching this interview in a session that you're going to do directly afterwards. But you went to LIPA, didn't you?
I did.
Explain to people who don't know what that is.
LIPA is the Liverpool Institute of Performing Arts. So it's funded and ran by Paul McCartney. It used to be his old boys' school, and he bought it back once it kind of went into ruin, and he brought it back up and decided that he wanted to turn it into this kind of performing arts institute. So they teach music production, acting, dancing, theatre studies, theatre design, all areas of performing arts really. It's a tough place to get into. I think it's usually about like 2,500 applicants, but on the music course there's maybe 22, 24 spaces. Last minute I decided to change my career path and thought I'd give music a go, and straight away kind of applied, and I was really lucky to get in. I didn't actually get the grades, but thankfully they let me through on my recordings. I was really lucky.
Well, that's what matters, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it is. Sorry.
Now, you didn't just get through. You and Sir Paul.
Yeah. I think.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, the last minute change of career from semi-professional rugby to music was a good choice, and yeah, spent like the first 2 years working hard really, a lot of collaborations and stuff, and I think I proved myself as like
you did a one-on-one, is that right?
I did, yeah. So in my third and final year I won the songwriting award, 2011 I think it was, and then went straight back to Liverpool because I was picked as like one of 6 to kind of just hang out with him really, just a bit of like a one-to-one tuition thing. And so we just hung out and we chatted about our love for Liverpool. It's where I'm still based. And yeah, he listened to a couple of songs, one of the songs that we're going to play in the session, Home, he was a big fan of, and he just kind of jammed along, played along, and it's a pretty mind-blowing experience, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, and Liverpool, it's really coming through again big time, and it's always been a music city, and it's always for me been one of 3 major music cities in the UK: Glasgow, Liverpool, Manchester.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the whole Merseybeat thing probably because it was so amazing, cast a shadow over Liverpool to some extent, in the sense that it was hard to break out from that.
It did.
But I get the feeling that Liverpool is finally managing to go back.
There's been that shadow of obviously Merseybeat and also the Beatles. It's obviously a blessing, but also a bit of a bad thing as well. It's cast a shadow over it, and also a lot of competition with Manchester. A lot of touring bands decide to just do a Manchester show, and because you can get a late last train home, Liverpool has to go to Manchester. So there's always a bit of a competition, but I think what plays into Liverpool's hands and what is a great advantage is that it's such a small, kind of vibrant city. It's so small, you can walk from one end to the other in half an hour. And it means that every musician knows each other. And there's so many genres, and which is what I love about it, is that there's no cliques like I personally find in London, where the metalheads will hang out together, the electro kids will hang out together. It's very much everyone delves into each of the genres and stuff, and so you'll personally, like the rest of my band that I bring with me, my best mates from Liverpool, 2 of them playing like a hardcore rock band, based in Norway and stuff, and I've got another guy who's more folk, another guy who's more electronic and more math rock, and suddenly you're just surrounded by all of these incredible genres, and I think that has really started to bubble up and has made it a really kind of creative, vibrant city that's getting itself back on the kind of music ladder, really.
Well, if that hasn't whetted your appetite for Dan Croll and for, hearing more about what's going on in the Liverpool scene, Dan's going to perform Home, and I'm sure that will. Dan, absolute pleasure to meet you today.
Thank you very much.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your time here at Tea in the Park.
I certainly will.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Free beer, yeah.